Welcome back to the T&A podcast, where for once we're in the same room. It's not a remote podcast. We're in my basement, just chilling.
Vibing.
We got beef.
We have beef?
We have beef
Why?
because I called you like an hour ago and said, hey, can you come a little bit earlier?
You called me at like 2:49 and said, "Can you be here at 3:15?"
Or 3:30. And you're like,
and I
yeah.
got here at 3:45.
And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, just let me know when you're close. You hadn't even left yet.
I had
and you
left.
were going to get your oil changed.
I had left though.
But you were going to get your oil changed.
I was going to.
So you would have been here after the original time.
I was gonna be here on time. I just had to go to a couple different places. There aren't enough places around here that does oil changes.
Yeah, I like how after I called you and asked you to come earlier, you're like, yeah, I'm going to get my oil changed. Fuck me, right?
I need it. I need my oil changed, dude.
It's not like we didn't have plans or anything. Just, yeah, oh shit, I need my oil change. I'm going to go do that.
something
Just so
that needs to
sporadic.
get done.
Yeah, so
Still thinking about my Red Bull on my counter.
shouldn't have forgot it. You know what made me sad the other day? Because I was thinking about it. I give you so much shit for drinking half of everything.
You left your horchata.
I left my horchata and I was so sad. I'm like, I can't believe that I forgot that.
I was gonna take a picture of it and send it to you, but then Krista called me in the office or something. I don't remember, or I might have just walked in there. But I was like, I saw it sitting on the cabinet, and I was like, this motherfucker.
That's so depressing, dude. I wanted to drink it after it had sat for, I think, the whole weekend.
Oh, well, it hadn't been there the whole.
Was it just the day?
Yeah, I think it was just the day.
But it was all like separated, just sad
yeah.
looking. Very, just pray for the fallen soldier.
Tacos Mexico definitely has better horchata than Sandy's. I'm just putting.
I just think the Tacos Mexico is just a little sweet for me.
It's better, all around better.
Just objectively,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
not subjectively at all.
No,
It's not biased.
not at all.
Hmm.
Because I've had both.
Because your culture, your Mexican culture is. Granted, Juan does say it's better
It
too.
is
So
better. He even said, because when he took me to Sandy's the first time, he was like, they got the best horchata ever. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't know, bro. I was like, I'll take you to Tacos Mexico. Take him. He's like, yeah.
they make it with love.
They have to make
Yeah, I'm
it
not-
homemade.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Sandy's is better. I just like it better. It just means my taste is messed up. Oh, they keep looking at me like that.
It's handsome as fuck, bro.
Hey man, I got this oily ass forehead. You got your ashy ass eyelids. That's hard to say. Say that 3 times fast.
I think it's eczema. It's actually cleared up a lot.
I love how you say eczema.
That eczema.
You got eczema.
Yeah, man.
The DMZ came out, brother.
Yeah, been kind of grinding.
Little grindy grind.
It is. It's actually really fun.
I like it. And then right as it comes out, you decide to go on a work trip for 2 weeks. You're gonna miss out on all of it. We're gonna be burned out on it by the time you get back, and you're gonna be playing alone.
It's all right.
A little sad.
I was when we were doing that mission last night, and that fucking chick was on top of the roof. I thought that was AI.
Mm-hmm. I thought that too, and I was like, the first thought in my head was it's one of the targets, because I saw like gold, like something, and I was like, oh shit, that's the Ferris skin. That's a player, just in the middle of the desert, a little shack on the roof. And it was a stronghold, but it was just one house.
Yeah.
So weird.
And then she jumped, and I was like, do AIs jump? Maybe they do.
I haven't seen it.
I hadn't seen any of this, so I was like, maybe it's like a boss or something. I don't know. It was weird.
No shit on her.
Yeah, and then we shit on her. And then we had a good time.
So yeah, it ended up. It's better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
For going in completely blind. It's not perfect, but it is fun. I think it could do, since it is the whole battle royale map. We think there's only like 20 people or whatever on it, 21 people. It's not very much. So I think that's 7 teams of 3 if there's, if it's all full teams.
And I think it's has something to do with like the I don't why wouldn't they make it more than that? Because the only reason I think that it's only limited amount of players is because when we had started the match, it said looking for 17 more players, and we were already 3.
Yeah.
So it has to
I
be
guess
up
it could
as
be
one
more if
more.
we joined late. We might not have been the first ones, but you don't get PvP very much.
No.
And I think that it helps it and hurts it because there is enough to do to keep you entertained without having the PvP. But you do kind of want the PvP in
Yeah.
there a little bit. And with the map being so big and it's not sectioned off, I thought it was going to be sectioned off. I thought there was going to be like you were going to be in a certain part of it and the rest is cut off. And each match would change the part, but it's the whole map every time.
Yeah. And I like how everything changes every time too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just like you know exactly where everything is. Like the contracts spawn in different spots. Everything spawns in different locations, so it's not just boring. I mean, I guess the loot stays, but
Somewhat. Like the loot pool is the same, but it's
yeah,
not always in the same spot.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it needs more PvP, not to the point where you get third partied every time you get in a fight, but the gunshot distance is not far. You don't hear gunshots from very far.
or footsteps. You have to be like super close to.
Which is different than multiplayer
Yeah,
because multiplayer footsteps are loud. Everyone's 300 pounds running around.
yeah.
Um, that kind of goes into what we wanted to talk about with kind of the new genre that's popping off lately in extraction shooters. Do you think those are gonna start becoming more and more popular, more mainstream because they're kind of a niche thing still? There's more games now. Like it used to be Tarkov and Hunt were like the only two. Now there's more and more coming out, but they haven't outside of Tarkov. It had its kind of big boom for a while, but that was during a lull of other games. Do you think it's gonna stay battle royale, or do you think these extraction type shooters are gonna start popping off?
Um, I guess it. I guess it kind of depends on like the player base because, I mean, look, you still have people playing Warzone and Fortnite and Apex. So I guess if more people just hop on board, then it hasn't a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's very limited to the people that have given it a chance and like actually enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can kind of. It doesn't really change, though. So like I can see it being more repetitive to some people than, especially if there's not a lot of other player involvement.
Like DMZ.
Yeah, like Tarkov, you don't really. I mean, you can run into players, but it's not.
You
At
haven't played
least,
enough Tarkov.
yeah, I played it for a little bit, but
You just die to scabs too much because if you don't get out, you are fighting players every time.
I don't know, man.
At least the way we play.
It's a tough call. I'll say yes, given the opportunity. It
I think that DMZ, if Warzone doesn't overshadow it too much, is kind of a gateway to it because what are the most popular battle royales?
Fortnite, Apex, Modern Warfare,
And what's the one thing in common with all three of them?
loot, shoot, scoop.
They're free.
Oh yeah, they are free.
And that is why the player base ends up getting so big. And then they're all good games, right? Warzone, but they're all pretty good games. So with more players having accessibility, like Trey, he doesn't play games unless they're free. Like he did buy Call of Duty, but that's because that was our ruse. We played all the Call of Duties together, so he bought the multiplayer. But he doesn't buy games. He only gets them when they're free. And there's a lot of people Overwatch too. He only got it because it's free. So I think that free to play model, people hate it, but they love it. They hate it because it actually makes the games more profitable because of all the skins and stuff like that. But if someone were to come out with another extraction shooter that's its sole purpose, so all of the focus is on it and makes it balanced and free to play with a battle pass or whatever they got to do to make it work, like Hunt's model. Hunt could, if they had more funding, they could become a free to play game. They do have all the skins that are cool, Can be pay to win because some of them are a little more camouflaged than others. Whatever. Um, if Hunt was free to play, I think it would be a bigger game than it is. But yeah, I was thinking about it, and what I kind of came to the conclusion, because my initial thought was I do think it because there's so many games coming out. Marauders is like a space version of it. Um, One thing I think would be really cool is like a Sea of Thieves version where
No. Sea of Thieves?
pirates,
Like a pirate type?
yeah, like a pirate extraction shooter.
Where you got like blunderbuss and shit?
Yeah, the
I
PvP
can
in Sea
kind
of
of
Thieves
see
is
it.
kind of fun, and there's treasure, and you can I don't know what kind of loot you'd be trying to get. You could upgrade your ship. That would be like
Yeah.
if the ship combat was kind of the main focus of it. That would be pretty cool. It'd be hard to do because you could just get blasted by a cannon and die. So it'd be hard to make it, but it'd be an interesting thought. But like Marauders is a space one, and you there's ship combat, and then you can board other people's ships, and then there's like main ships that you go on, and it's got like it's weird because it's like a space game, but they have like bows and guns and MP40s and shit. But the Cycle Frontier came out free to play. Um, just didn't just wasn't enough. Um, I think I was gonna look into Dark and Darker because that's not really I think it's an extraction based game, but it's like medieval times and dungeons, and there's like skeletons and shit like that. That's cool. And so there's more and more games popping up, more than battle royales are. Um, but then the more I started thinking about it, I'm like, a battle royale, you hop on, you play a few games with your friends, and that's it. Like that's kind of the target demographic, not like the grinders. The grinders are streamers, whatever, but just the casual player, they're just hopping on to play, and that doesn't really appeal to extraction shooters.
I kind of think with extraction shooters, just like hearing you say a couple things, kind of, and thinking about DMZ is like you have. There's only so much you can do with it, unless somehow you make it to where you can constantly keep doing the same thing. So kind of think of, you ever played Destiny?
Oh yeah,
Like you
I
know
played a
how
lot of Destiny.
Yeah, so you know how like in Destiny it's kind of repetitive. Like you go somewhere, kill some people, let your ghost do his thing, and then you're out of there, and then you kind of do that over and
Mm-hmm.
over again. I can kind of see it with like extraction shooters. You're just going somewhere, like unless they make like a bunch of quests or missions like that are different, then you
Mm-hmm.
know it could change, and I think it could be great. I think DMZ's fun. I don't think that it's boring because I mean so far they have so many missions, so much stuff to do.
Yeah, but there's only 3 tiers of those faction missions, and I've played 2 nights worth, and I'm on the final mission of both of the tier 1, so the White Lotus, and Legion ones. I'm on the final missions to already unlock the next tiers. Since I had the game before DMZ came out, I have most of the battle pass already done, and once I get all those guns, get the M13, then it's gonna just be you're just playing for fun. You're not playing to progress anymore, and that's probably when I'll lose interest because I like that sense of progression. Um, but yeah, the point I was getting to was extraction shooters. Um, they're kind of a pick up and put down game. Like they're fun, play them for a little bit. We do it with Hunt.
Yeah,
We play Hunt for a week, 2 weeks at a time. We put it down. We play something else for a while, and then we pick it back up, and it's still fun. It's still a good game, um, but it's not our consistent game.
yeah,
It's not the main game, and for a long time, I don't think I've had a main game since probably Counter Strike, Fortnite. Fortnite was a main game for a while.
yeah. I think most of mine were probably like Apex, Warzone. Played Fortnite for a little bit, not too much. Um, other than, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You just have to keep switching it up, or else it's like,
Monotonous.
yeah,
Yeah.
a good word.
Um, Monotonous.
Word porn.
Yeah. Um. So with like Tarkov, I think the draw to that game, because that game's obviously not for everyone. You're scared of it.
It's a horror game.
It is a scary game.
It's a horror game. It's not a
Um,
just go out and
it is a grindy game.
it
It
is.
takes a long time to progress. If you're trying to get Kappa, just to even have better weapons, you have to do a lot. You have to be good enough to survive. You have to do these quests. Some of the quests you have to get kills, so you can't. Like if you want to just play the game casually and get some loot, you can kill scavs. You can avoid fights as much as you possibly can, and you can play that way, which is kind of the draw to extraction games. Is there's no clear cut way to win. Um, you play your own way, but Tarkov's draw is that it's brutal, punishing, hard,
And extremely in depth.
and very very in depth.
Yeah.
Like the gunsmithing actually makes sense. If you put like a receiver that can fit, it's not going to fire because you have the wrong type of ammunition or things like that. Like,
Yeah. It's
um,
super in depth. Like even just like healing in game. Like you have to bandage or like, bandage wounds and then like, you know, morphine, stop, take ibuprofen.
armor, ammo types that can't penetrate certain armor. 'Cause that's legit. If you take a hollow point 9mm round, and shoot a level 6 plate carrier or an Alton helmet, no matter how much you shoot it, you're not getting through it.
Yeah.
You're gonna mess someone up. You're gonna concuss the shit out of them if you're blasting that thing on their head. But it's not getting through. It's never gonna get through. It would be cool if they added like light bleeding, because like if you didn't have a something for your neck or whatever, and you got shot in the chest, if it caused a small bleed. But that's too tedious at that point.
Yeah, I
That'd
mean-
be realistic, but that'd be too tedious. But that's like it's almost to that point
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
realism.
Yeah, that's what one thing that I really liked about Tarkov when I first started playing it was like just how in depth everything was. Like when I got to know the game more, I was like, "Holy shit!" This
You don't even know the game yet.
Oh,
You didn't
no,
play
yeah,
enough to
no.
know the game.
I think I played with you once.
Yeah, we played one time and it was super lame.
It was super scary.
You were scared.
I was
I just
scared.
thought it was boring. I opened it up the other day and did this like one scav run, and I'm like, it's already too late in wipe. I don't. If I start now, I'm fucked. It's tough,
That's one thing is like the wipes too.
but it needs to happen.
Yeah, it has to
With a game
happen.
like Hunt, it doesn't have to happen because you get your guns, you get to level 100, but the guns, your skill can overcome like a gun or whatever. But in Tarkov, if you have a PPSH and someone has a slick vest and an Alton helmet, you're probably not winning that fight.
No.
No matter how much better you are than them, unless you flashbang them and do all this stuff, which is hard to do in Tarkov. It's hard to be precise with. You have to be precise with those things.
The movement can't just like slide cancel out of. Like,
Yeah, you change direction. It's gonna take you a little bit because you're a heavy bastard. Yeah. So if you were to make an extraction shooter, what kind of model would it be?
I
You-
think I think it would be a mix between. It wouldn't be as in depth as Hunt or as Tarkov, because I don't think anything needs to be to that extreme. But like I like the bleeding concept and stuff like
Mhm.
that, like healing properly. I like that idea. Maybe not as much as Tarkov has it, like where you have to splint your leg and then, if you're bleeding from that, you have to bandage it and then you get concussed and dizzy and so you have to take, medicine. Like that's so much just to heal.
It is.
up.
It's
Like,
a
It's a
lot.
lot. It takes a lot of time too. So I think in that aspects it takes away from the game. DMZ, it's just like, plates, like Call of Duty style. Hunt, I like everything about Hunt. I don't know. If I could make the perfect game, I would intermingle those three, and take concepts from each and make it into one.
What does Hunt need to do to make it to where it would have more potential to be your main game?
Do they have missions?
They do, but they're very simple. Like kill 5. Some of them are harder, but it's like kill 5 grunts that have the pistols,
Oh,
or kill
okay.
5 lantern grunts.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever like looked at that.
Yeah, and it just gives you little mini, like you'll get a tier 1 pistol or whatever, tier 1 shotgun, tier 2 shotgun, tier 3 rifle, whatever.
Oh, okay.
And you can get gun, like it'll give you stuff that you haven't unlocked. It's only that one. Once you use it, you lose it. Um, yeah, they have just basic missions, and then when they do certain events, they'll have different things. And I like the events in Hunt. I kind of wish I would have done the Halloween one. That skin was pretty sick, and like some of the events introduce new weapons, like the Sparks pistol got introduced in the one. You didn't even know that
Yeah,
existed.
zero. I had no idea. And then the last time we played, I was like, "There's a Sparks pistol," and you're like, "Yeah, dude, it's been out." And I was like, "I didn't know this."
I remember when the bow and arrow came out. That event was cool. The bow and arrow was a lot of fun.
Yeah, don't don't know too much. Still fairly new, but
Mm-hmm.
we probably got a few hours in it.
Like 40.
Probably close to 40.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know what, like, obviously it's popular with all the new games coming out, and AAA titles are starting to make them. So, um, it's interesting to think about because there's not a whole lot of new battle royales, and the ones that do come out, like Vampire Masquerade or whatever, that one died pretty fast. The Rumbleverse was pretty, innovative. The
Oh
wrestling
yeah,
one,
the wrestling one. Yeah.
pretty innovative and new and different, and it's still got a player base, but it's not a huge game by any means. So battle royales, like the new ones, aren't really taking over. It's just the mainstays. Um, yeah, gaming's in a weird state right now.
Yeah.
It's. I'm curious to see what like takes over. What's the big thing that's coming?
I think it might be a little while before we see that,
Yeah.
because it was more just multiplayer games, and then like battle royale kind of slowly crept in. So I think it's going to be a while before this new type of genre pops in, and everyone's like, hop on this train now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's, like, especially like people our age, because that's how we grew up playing, like, just with our friends, multiplayer COD.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That's all we had.
Yeah.
And now you have like Warzone. You have so many different options, or you can just play multiplayer. But I don't know. It'll be a while, but I think extraction shooters has potential.
Oh. Ooh. That shit's stanky. Um. Yeah. It's gotta. If something else dethrones battle royale, I think it's gotta be extraction shooters. But I don't know if they. I don't think they will. But I think that there's gonna be plenty to choose from. Because when Tarkov was at its height, like its Twitch, like height, it was the top game. It was even above like GTA RP and stuff like that in Minecraft. And people enjoyed watching it. They thought it was really cool, but it's not a user friendly enough game. So I think the closest thing is Hunt that could be, it's user friendly enough. It's got the rare good MMR system,
Yeah.
good skill based matchmaking. Um, so yeah, I think there is potential there for it to be a viewer like pleasure to watch for like streams and stuff, as well as something you can play. But I just don't know who's gonna make it or what it's gonna be. Um, Tarkov's thing that made it really big was Twitch drops. So whatever it is, they have to utilize the social aspect of it. So like utilize the streamers and things like that. And Hunt does drops every now and then, but it's not anything huge. Like in Tarkov, there's stuff that's worth a lot of money. You could get a graphics card that drops, and that's more money than you've probably ever made in the game.
Yeah, probably.
Because a single graphics card, if you sold it on the market, it's like $1 million, million rubles.
The ruble.
So yeah, I actually didn't hate Warzone when we played it.
I didn't either.
We didn't play enough to really get.
Yeah, I think we played 2 games.
Mm-hmm. But they're long,
They are.
and
But I think
even
it's
even
'cause everyone's
Warzone.
so fucking campy.
Yeah,
Ugh.
even Warzone. There's 150 players, and it still feels empty.
Oh yeah, I think they might have overshot the map.
Yeah,
It's huge.
it is a very big map.
Like you.
But I think when you compare it to Verdansk, they're like the same size, but there's just more stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's more of an alive world. I think that what we need to do is if we want to really test it out, we'll probably need to um go to the stronghold when it unlocks because I feel like that would be pretty hot of a spot because that's how you get your full loadout. That's how you get your perks. And having ghost because the loadout drops too. Those are going to be hot because it just drops in a line. Um, so all of the loadout drops are in a line right next to each other. If you go to it, you're gonna get in a fight
That's
because
interesting.
instead of two boxes dropping of two teams, it's all anyone just goes and gets them, and it's right in the middle of the circle. So
Oh, it's tough.
yeah, so it's either you just buy your primary at a buy station, or you get that loadout drop when it drops, or you have to take a stronghold to get a loadout. But if you had Ghost in Endgame, that's that's pretty valuable. So there's some incentive to try to get that loadout,
Yeah.
and I
I
don't think we're
saw
good enough to do
they
it.
have nukes
Mm.
in Warzone now.
How do you get it? You got to get 25 kills.
No. I think there's like specific tasks that you have to do like throughout the map, and then all I saw was the end where it takes a while, but you have to like put in like the nuke code, and then you have to defend it because I don't know, it says defend it, and then you have to defend it for a certain amount of time, and then it.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking it's almost kind of like almost like a search and destroy type thing where you plan it or arm it, and then someone can come defuse it so the game doesn't end.
Hmm. That's interesting.
I'll have to look more into it, but I just saw like the quick clip of it of the dudes that did it. I
Hmm.
guess they're like the first people to drop a nuke or whatever.
Surprised it wasn't like Symphony or someone.
I was like
That kid, psycho.
some random dude.
Hmm. One probably got in a bot lobby, so it was
Yeah,
easy for him.
yeah, probably.
Granted, I think we were in bot lobbies. So we don't have KDs yet. Because when we got separated in that game where I couldn't jump out of the plane,
Oh yeah,
dude, that team I wiped, just like I killed one. He was trying to run away from me. Walked like he ran into I cracked him. He ran into a little building, come around the corner, down him, and then I go out the back door, and his teammate basically jumped on my head, went next to me, and just ran in front of me and never saw me. So I just shot him in the back. I'm like, these are not real
yeah,
people.
yeah. You said it, you're like, I don't think these are real people.
Like they weren't bots. Like they weren't bots that were put in by the game, but they were 4 years old
Had to have been.
and blind and only had 3 fingers.
Funny. I think raids are coming out in season 1 reloaded.
What are raids? I've seen that they're
I
coming out, but I don't know what they are.
So basically it's gonna be like I don't know exactly how they're gonna set it up, but I think it might be on the Warzone map, and I think it might be just a little section of it, and then you go in there and you have to like solve puzzles and do like critical thinking and things like that, and you get like better rewards from it, blueprints.
Is there PvP?
I'm assuming there would be PvP.
I ain't trying to do an escape room while I'm getting shot at.
No, I know it's gonna be 3-player co-op. Maybe it'll be more along the lines of like the 3 little missions that they had,
Spec Ops.
like the Spec Ops type. I think it's gonna be kind of like that. Maybe there'll be PvP. I would assume that there would be though.
Hmm.
I could be wrong.
Interesting. I have to look into that.
I think that'll be pretty fun. Something interesting. I like that COD's adding these different things. That way you're not just Warzone, even though that's what everybody's gonna do still.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll be alright. Gonna be a lot more things to do than just drop in and get shit on and then load it back up again. Be like, all right, lost couple, go play some DMZ, go do some different things, go play some raids. So I think it'll be fun, and I think I think season 1 Reloaded is coming out. I think December 16th is when.
What does that even mean? Season 1 Reloaded.
I don't know. You remember how they were doing the reloaded like seasons, like mid-season updates,
Nope.
and you don't remember that
No.
from Modern Warfare 2019?
I probably quit before that happened.
Oh, yeah. So like season 5 or 6, something like that, they started doing updates mid-season, and then they just called it whatever season 5 reloaded. It'd be like the mid-season update where they would add or take away things like, you remember when did you stop playing?
I don't know, dude.
Like a month in, month two in.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway,
That was 7 years ago.
it was 2019. No,
It was
so
13 years ago.
I don't know. So when the FFAR and the marksman rifle, the DMR came out in 2019, Modern Warfare 2019, shit was broken forever. When Black Ops dropped, they got added to Warzone. That shit was broken for the longest time, and then they did the Reloaded update, and
Okay. So Reloaded Warzone update or
yeah, well,
okay.
for like the whole game, but they just called it season whatever.
So I did
Reloaded.
play Warzone when Black Ops dropped.
Yeah.
So I was playing. I remember when the FFAR came out.
Yeah, and it was just broken all
The
the
DMR
fuck.
was like a 2-shot headshot.
Yeah,
Everyone used it.
Yeah, it was.
And the FFAR was, and it was everywhere. It was floor loot and just one with no attachments, just
yeah,
shredded.
Yeah, no recoil, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Quick ADS, just it was god tier. Like
Mhm.
I hated playing Warzone in that time. I fucking hated it. I think I played Apex for a while. That's how much I fucking hated it. I was like, nope, can't do
You
this.
say that like Apex is a bad game.
It's not. Apex
No,
is
Apex
it's
is
a good game. But I dropped it for Apex because Apex has been a great game since it came out. Like everything's been always balanced.
Except for third parties.
Yeah, except for third party.
Yeah, the movement in that game kind of cripples it in that sense where, and my gripe with Apex has always been, it takes so long to kill people that
Yeah.
in Call of Duty or in Fortnite or whatever, Fortnite you use building to do it, but if you are good enough, you can spray people down with 1 or 2 mags and win the fight. Early game in Apex, if you pick up a gun, you have a white mag, you do not have enough ammo, even with reloads, to kill a full squad.
Mm-mm.
Unless you have like a wingman or something and hit headshots, whatever. You have like an R301, you can't wipe a squad. And so you down 1, down 2, and then you die. It's like, this sucks. That's the only thing. I love the game. I think it's the best battle royale that's out. And I don't think it's close.
I think we need to play more Warzone 2.
Yeah, we do. I don't think Warzone's gonna be better than Apex though.
No.
This shit is broken.
Oh yeah. Big
But
time.
proximity chat, fire.
I see.
Got to turn it down
Oh yeah.
a little bit.
Dude. Remember we were playing that game and those dudes were just fucking screaming. I couldn't
Yeah,
hear
but I hadn't adjusted
anything.
it yet. It was on max volume.
I could not hear anything, dude. I was like, and then they team up.
Yeah, but the guys that were teaming weren't the ones shooting us. There was a different team there.
Right?
Yeah, there was 3 teams than us. That's crazy.
And then apparently, I don't know how true this is, but I've seen it, like on TikTok or whatever, that you can invite enemy squad players to join your squad, or they can request to join your squad too, and you can accept it. So you can actually have up to 6 people in your squad.
I heard them saying that. I didn't know it was a squad invite. I thought it was just a voice channel thing.
No, it's a squad invite.
So you can have a team of 6
Yeah,
or 8.
6.
Is it only trios?
No, there's quads, but you can have 2 other. You can have 2 enemy players on your squad.
Okay. So if there was another team of 4, you could only take 2 of their boys. Okay.
Yeah. So say
That's
you
weird.
kill 2 of them, and they're like, "Wait, don't kill us." Then can we join? Yeah. Then you can invite them. They can accept, and then
We have to try this. We got to try to recruit some people.
so you can have a team of 6.
That's crazy. How do you get their name? Like, how do you have to type their name in
I don't know
if
I
they're
don't
in
know how it
proximity?
works. I think it's within the proximity, and then
You can
open
see
the
their
scroll
name.
wheel, and then on the scroll wheel says invite enemy to squad, or invite nearby enemies to squad, or something like that, and then they can join.
Call of Duty's wild, and dude, I had no idea.
Straight like
Like I heard those guys saying that, but I didn't know what it meant. I'm a boomer. I don't get that.
you're a boomer.
Yeah, I forgot you're 42.
Crazy, wild. I haven't eaten anything either. Probably I'm a little cranky.
You know what you can eat?
These nuts.
These nuts. Some of these. Some of those.
Bofa.
Bofa. Um. Yeah, we'll have to play more Warzone for sure. After 2 weeks, that you're leaving.
2 long weeks. Long, hard,
Just,
girthy.
just massive.
I can't think of any more sexual innuendos to say.
I was gonna try to fit moist in there somewhere.
No. No. Uh,
At least it'll be cold.
yeah, it'll be cold. I'm gonna fucking hate my life.
You're gonna get in some trouble
I'm gonna try.
in Minneapolis.
I'm gonna try.
Come back with some stories.
I probably won't though. Probably just sit in my hotel room.
You're gonna be so sad. you're, gonna,
watching hotel
you're gonna get
TV.
worked to the bone and just lay in bed, watch Cops.
Yeah,
why are you sweating? I was watching Cops.
That's probably. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Google some things to do because I'm sure there's plenty.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot. The Mall of America's there, isn't it?
I
In
don't know.
Minneapolis? I know it's in Minnesota. I don't
Yeah,
know if it's in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
That'd be something to do. You could go to the first take a little road trip to
Home?
no,
Oh.
Beast Burger, the actual the first physical location.
Is it in Minneapolis?
I think no, it's somewhere close though. It's in Minnesota, I think. I might be just straight up lying.
You didn't fact check this?
No, I don't fact check shit, dude. I know everything and nothing all at once. 60% of the time, I'm right 100% of the time.
6% time it works.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yep. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot you can do. Just whether you, I'm gonna be calling you and be like, "Hey
I'm
man,
probably gonna be I'm gonna be exhausted.
from your like, not very many jobs."
I'm assuming they're gonna give me a lot of jobs. I'm going in there with the mindset that I'm getting fucked without lube every day.
You do that
Just
anyway.
anally.
You do that anyway.
And I'm gonna
You
complain
came in
about
today
it.
with that mindset. And we got done at 1.
I'm gonna get anally every day.
Your butt's not ready for that.
It's not.
It's still recovering.
It's still recovering. Antibiotics are working though, so that's good.
You want to talk about it,
I got a butt
or you just
thing.
want to leave it vague?
I got a butt thing. I don't know. We went and saw Wakanda
You
Forever.
just got butt stuff.
I just got butt stuff going on. Went and saw Wakanda Forever, and leave the theater. I go to sit in my car, and just felt like a little uncomfortable. Whatever. Woke up the next morning, just ass throbbing. Not like my asshole, just like my cheek. Like when I would sit down, it would hurt. It was painful, and I thought maybe it was because like I sat weird, like reclined in the chair, and like maybe something was like pressing up against it. And I just didn't notice because I was too into the movie. So I let that go on all weekend, and then Monday, that shit was on 100,000. Then Tuesday, I went to the doctor, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you got like cellulitis or something." Or at least it looked like from what she said. I don't know. I'm not a fucking ass doctor. You got cellulitis. I'll give you antibiotics. I was like, all right, cool. I don't even know how the fuck you get that.
You must have just sat wrong and clogged the gland.
Yeah, probably clogged a pore or some shit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It was painful as shit though. Not as probably the second most painful thing, because the first most painful thing was that back strain that I had. That dude, I'm
If I had a
telling you,
dollar for every time I've heard you
I'm
talk about this
telling you,
back strain,
because it hurt so I could not sleep, I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand. You're in constant
that
pain.
happened on your 45th birthday or what?
No, that was pretty recently.
Oh, so
That was probably
41st birthday?
yeah. That was that was in like March.
You know
Probably
what's
like
messed up?
what?
I make all these old jokes about you, but I think if we stood side by side and asked people who they thought were older, they'd say me. I think I
Probably,
look
yeah.
older than you.
I always get told that I look like 22,
I thought you were, yeah.
23.
When I met you, I thought you were like 24.
Everyone's like,
Turns
"You
out
look
you're
so young.
35.
You look so young." I'm like, "Bless your heart, child."
Are you getting to the point where you are happy people ID you?
No, I still hate that I get
Oh,
ID'd.
yeah. I take it as a compliment.
I don't. I guess I'm just indifferent about it. I just hate being ID'd. I know I'm old enough, but obviously they don't know that. Like when I go places frequently.
Yeah, they start to learn. I haven't been ID'd in a while. I got ID'd at the Mexican place we went to, but that lady couldn't. She wasn't even
Oh,
looking at me.
oh yeah.
She was looking this way and this way at the same time, so she just couldn't tell. My blonde hair probably. I don't know.
Is your hair blonde? It looks brown from here.
It's dirty blonde.
I'm calling her brown.
I don't have brown hair.
It's brown.
It's blonde.
Dirty blonde.
Dirty blonde. I'm a
Nerd.
dirty blonde.
You want to spank it? Dirty girl.
No. Ah.
Don't fucking start that shit. It's so dumb. Stupid.
It's funny.
It's stupid.
Simple is funny. It's simple and it's perfect.
It's very R word.
Ugh. What's the R word?
Remedial.
Oh, that fits actually. Ah.
Don't we don't do that here.
No, sorry. In my house, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
Hmm.
You know what sounds good as shit?
What?
Out of fries.
I haven't gotten them yet. Every time I go there, I'm like, oh, I want to get this. This. That's the next thing I'm getting though. No, I did get them. I'm lying.
Oh,
I
you
did
did
get
get
them. Yeah, I got
That
them
day that I
once.
saw you there?
Yes, that's what I had.
Bussin'.
They're pretty good. Next time I go, I'm getting the
That's all
either
I ever get, really.
agua chile
Ouch.
or ceviche. I love ceviche. I was meant to be Mexican, dude.
I'll chop a pinky toe off or something.
I would too. Wanna chop each other's off and go get some food?
We can just go get food without
No,
chewing.
we gotta have a pact.
Blood brothers.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go eat some wieners tonight.
Yeah.
Some long, swirly ones or some short, fat ones. Whatever you're into.
I like short and fat.
I'm gonna go for the long, curly ones.
Oh god. I'm really contemplating my life right now.
Yeah?
This might be my last podcast ever.
Shut up.
I need some stories, man. I need to put myself out there.
Yeah?
Just get in sketchy situations.
You don't need to get in sketchy ones necessarily, but gotta talk to some crazy people.
I think it'd be interesting. It'd make it more interesting if they were like sketchy. Like if they were like super sketchy, like borderline about to go to like prison, then that's the best.
Whatever you say, man. My unicorn right now, like the thing I want, is I am so fascinated by this Jeffree Star thing in Casper.
Oh, how he has the EV Hummer?
No, what?
Wasn't that what we were talking about?
Well, yeah, that's just ironic that he has an EV Hummer in Oil City, but the fact that you can go to a store and buy makeup and yak meat.
Oh, that's that. Oh, Yeah, yak
And
meat.
if I showed up there and just by chance got to meet Jeffree Star and just ask him a few questions, just that'd be amazing.
I don't really even know who he is. Krista showed me a picture, and I was like, I think I know who he is, but I don't know.
He's big, very
Oz?
old. Sorry, let me rephrase. He's girthy.
Oh, okay.
No, I just think that someone like Jeffree Star, that's just like so interesting. The life that he's lived, going from like, because the music I listen to, like on MySpace and shit, that he was part of, like with Hollywood Undead and whatever else, his own music is like to where he is now is a crazy transition.
Just
And
like he's a. People are too sensitive.
that's fair. I'm just gonna have a long bleep and then I'm just gonna cut to you saying people are too
That's
sensitive.
fine.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's
You want to bleep out some more stuff?
no,
Oh, okay.
I don't. Please.
We need to hire a production guy.
I don't have money to hire a production guy. How much money you put into this?
My time worth more than any.
Oh
Any
shit, I put
dollar
my
in the
time
world.
and money into it. That's crazy. What's your unicorn? What's your, if there was some experience you could have, someone you could meet, someone you could talk to, something you could do, something you could share on the podcast?
I feel like I'm gonna have a great conversation with God soon. So, if I survive through that, I'll let you know how that goes.
Oh my, you're killing me right now.
If I can meet somebody like a celebrity,
Or just what's something you want to do? What's an experience you want to have that you would want to share on the podcast? What's like your goal? It can be big. It could be like a sit
you,
down conversation with Kanye, dude.
that would
Oh, that's what
actually
you said. A
that.
conversation with God. Never mind.
Oh yeah, same person, dude.
Yeah.
Don't get it confused. Don't get it
Don't
fucking
get it
twisted,
twisted.
brother. So, I would just want to experience the moments. I don't even want to be a part of it. I just want to see what it would be like to like be in a room where an orgy is about to happen.
It's not where I thought that was going. You just want to see the setup.
Yeah, like how does it happen, dude?
You could probably get yourself in that situation. That is an attainable goal.
I, I feel like it's not. I feel like it's a very niche group of people.
Oh, you could work your way in. You could slither on in there.
Could I? I might end up slithering in
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah. There's no shot you don't get involved though. There's no shot you're just there to witness it.
I know a person. Anyway, back to the original topic. Yeah, I just want to see like the setup, like see how it all goes down. Maybe even watch a little bit of the action, like to see like the flow of things. It's just like, how does it work?
What do you mean? How does it work?
Like, do you like just fuck one person and then you're like, I'm kind of tired of this, kind of bored of this one. Like, we'll go to
Just
this. And
throw them away.
tap homie on the shoulder and be like, hey, bro, just let me get in this one real quick.
I don't
Let me
know.
test this one out. That's what I'm
The
saying.
whole thing sounds so uncomfortable to me.
It'd be, I think it'd be awkward, kind of, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So weird.
Is it like speed dating where it's like on a timer, like every minute, it
Could
like
be.
a horn blows
It's
and
like
you
a
just
circuit.
move to the next person?
Yeah, it could be like a circuit. Like running
See, these
a
are
triathlon.
questions that need to be answered.
I bet that kind of thing happens in Minneapolis.
Maybe,
Everything happens in Minneapolis.
but for real, we gotta cut that part out.
You're killing me. I'm about to scrap the whole episode.
No, don't scrap the whole episode. Just that last little 3-minute rant right there. Got way too in depth. I should have just left it at knew somebody who was in an orgy.
How does this not flow as well when we're across from each other? as
What do
when
you
we
mean?
do it like over the internet. I've barely had to cut anything out. Everything's flowed, and then you are so all over the place, dropping f bombs and telling this whole story about orgies, and then immediately switching tone. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Like
Just a dynamic guy.
dynamically annoying.
This is what dreams are made of.
This might be your last podcast. I might kill you.
I told you. I said that from the beginning. So this might be my last one. God willing.
Yeezy willing.
Jesus.
I was gonna try to make a Father, Son, and Holy Spirit and make it a Kanye joke, but I didn't know how to do it. I'm not that witty.
I don't think. Yay. Yay. Kanye. I don't know, dude.
Yes.
It's. I wish I was more witty. I have a lot of friends that are like on the spot. I can't.
How do I compare with them?
You're pretty on the spot.
Obviously, I whiffed with the Kanye thing, but
Oh yeah, but
pretty witty.
yeah, you're pretty witty.
Something about bullying Krista at work is like the easiest thing.
Oh yeah, it's super
That
easy.
that is when it comes the most natural. And my wife, I can bully my wife to the floor.
Anybody can bully their significant other.
That's fair. I can bully
Because that's
Juan.
the person you know the most.
Yeah, that's true. You know all their quirks.
I would love to have Juan on the podcast.
Eventually, we can make it work.
We really need to get
Brother,
these
we are gonna get buried. If we have Juan on the podcast,
3
we
hours.
will get buried, and you will not hear us talk at all.
At all.
He's gonna be. It's gonna be the most self-incriminating podcast of all time. Man, he's gonna admit to every crime he's ever committed and just go off.
And the most words he's gonna say. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, man.
At the end of the day. And what's his other one?
That being said,
With that being said. At the end of the day. With that being said.
yeah,
Can't with that guy, man. He's
that would be gold.
I told him when I get back from Minneapolis that I'd do some shrooms with him.
Oh Lord.
I know. But I told him, I was like, he was like, oh, he wasn't like peer pressuring me.
He was peer pressuring
He
you.
wasn't peer pressuring me.
The first time we talked about it, he was peer pressuring
Oh
you.
yeah. But then we talked about it again when we were in Sydney. And he was like, oh, he's like, you just gotta try it once. And I was like, nah, fuck that. And he was like, all right, man, whatever. Then we stopped talking about it. And I started thinking about it. And I was like, okay, I'll try it once. And he was like, really? And I was like, I'll do like a half of one and see how I feel. Kind of like an edible. And I was like, then, like, if I don't really feel anything, then I'll take the other half. And he was like, okay, that's cool. That's fine.
If it was anyone other than Juan, I'd be like, that's fine. I don't trust Juan. Because Juan saying that it's one of the ones that just makes you happy doesn't make you trip. I don't fully buy that.
He's been in a good mood, so
He has been. He's threatening to take a door today.
yeah. That was funny as
That was
fuck.
pretty funny.
I don't even know why. It was just like, because it sounded like he was trying to get off the phone so he could try to find the guy. And he was like, do you just want me to take the door just in case?
You just want me to take the door with me?
Just in case. I was like, you're not just going to take the regulator back. Just take the whole fucking door.
take the door.
with you.
If the guy doesn't fucking pay, I'm going to take the door. You just want me to take it? Be safe?
That shit was hilarious. Because, like, it's not that funny. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's really funny.
Yeah, that man is a character.
We'll get him on because I think
We got a few people on the list. It's not just gonna be our dumbasses on this thing.
who we
We
got
had
on the list. We have a list.
in my head
Oh,
right here. Some of your boys want to get on.
I know. I think
We got to
Anthony
get
might.
Anthony on.
Yeah,
For sure. Once he gets going.
he hasn't plugged me anything yet, so I can't really.
Yeah. Once he gets his stuff going, we'll have him on. Um, Justin wants to be on, but he's got to give us some substance. He's got to have your childhood. That I mean, you two grew up together, so that'll
Yeah,
we'll have some stories. So that'll be good. We'll have Justin on.
teenage years.
Yeah, we got you were a child when you were a teenager. You're still a child.
Adolescence.
We got David, my David, not your David. Um, with more military stories as well as our teenage years, and then Juan. We got a few people.
I haven't known I haven't known Juan for that long. But I remember the first 5 minutes of meeting him. I was like, he just has like the craziest, like dramatic stories ever, dude.
The
Like,
man is addicted to drama.
yeah,
We're really hyping him up.
he makes everything dramatic.
Yes,
bro.
he does.
I don't think it'll be. I don't think he'll disappoint.
No,
Honestly,
there's
no way.
no world where Juan disappoints. He's gonna be one of our better guests.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's just so over the top and addicted to drama. And when he's in a good mood, there's no one you really want to be around more than Juan. When he's in a bad mood, you're like, fuck. And he can be annoying. He'll talk your ear off.
He just plays fucking Spanish music.
So,
all
dude, okay,
goddamn day.
here's my pet peeve with Juan. If you ride with him, if he's driving, he turns the volume of the music all the way up, rolls his window halfway down. Doesn't matter if it's cold out. Doesn't matter if you're on the highway, interstate, and it's loud as shit.
And then
He has
tries talking to
cologne.
you.
He has cologne, and then he's trying to have a conversation with you, and he talks as quiet as you do. It's like I can't hear anything.
I'll tell you, bro. I've ridden with him enough where I have to like I can see his lips moving. I can't hear shit as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I see his lips moving, and I'm just like, because there's a little
Yeah.
part of me would rather listen to the music that I can't understand.
I figured some of it out. He used to play the same songs over and over, and he's like, "What do you think this song's about?" And I like explained everything that I thought because I know a little bit of Spanish. I'm like, it's about a cowboy who a vaquero who lost his favorite horse, and he's just really sad about it and whatever. He's like, "Dude, you fucking nailed it. That's what the song's about." And I'm like, "That's so gay."
Even worse, homosexual.
It's just a song about a cowboy sad he lost his horse. Make a movie about it, not a song.
There was one song he was listening to the last time me and him rode together. Something about some dude was heartbroken. He was like a dying star and was gonna explode or some shit. He was like,
So that's where he gets his
Music-
drama from.
music loud as shit. And Juan's like, he's saying, like, I'm right next to him. He's like, I'm like, you can just turn it down and
Yeah,
like,
you could-
interpret as it goes, you know? He's
Mhm.
like, no, it's fucking full blast. He's saying, you broke my heart. I'm like a star. I'm gonna blow up. I'm like, cool, dude. I'm just over there like trying to enjoy the ride back. I'm like, yep.
Did you ever have you listen to the one that's about the nuns? that are Catholic nuns, and then they like start selling cocaine, and then the federales come for them, and these nuns are like at this point they're not nuns anymore. They're it's a cover, and the federales come for them, and they just whip out AKs and just lay out the federales. It's like this is a song, and it's like a slow song. It's just about nuns just blasting away federales with AKs.
just the feds just getting destroyed by
It's
nuns.
And I don't know if any of it's true. He could be making it up.
Yeah.
Anything out of the man's mouth is like I don't know if
It's
this
hard
is
to
real.
believe.
Yeah, unless you see it, it's like I
And
don't know if this is true.
and this is one thing that I learned. Like, if somebody tells you a story and it's hard to believe, have them tell you that story like 2 or 3 more times.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's consistent, then there might be some truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely, it is true.
I like the mystery. I
don't
don't need to
question.
know.
I
Yeah,
don't question Juan at all. I don't
yeah.
question anything that he says.
I don't want to know if he's lying because if he's lying, you know what? Props. It's creative enough. It's interesting.
Yeah, that
Man's
your
a storyteller.
that your brain processed all that. What did he say this morning that he was saying he was so high that he fell asleep in the shower or some shit?
I zoned out. I thought he said his camper. I don't even think he has a camper, so I don't think that's what it was. But yeah, he was just like,
He's
yeah.
like, I woke up at 6. I took a shower. Next thing I know, I was waking up. I was like, what?
Uh,
Oh yeah, the first time I met Juan, some dramatic ass story about how him and his daughter were fishing, and he got a hook stuck in his finger and he couldn't get it out.
oh, that's true.
Yeah, I know it was true, but something about he had to go to the ER. It was like hella dramatic though. He could have just been like, "Hey, sorry I'm late. Like, had to go to the ER. Me and my daughter were fishing, got a hook stuck in it." But no, it was like he had the build up, the epitome of it, and then like the breakdown, and it was just a whole ordeal. And Chris, I just remember you and Kristen being like, "Really?" Whatever, like,
Just humoring him.
yeah. Oh, Juan. He's told me so many stories, bro.
I've worked with him for 3 years.
Wife took a little peek.
I've worked with him for 3 years. I've heard all the stories. They never end.
Oh, I know.
They never end.
There's something going on in his life.
And after this whole thing, we're
Every
gonna have to
minute.
get him on sooner rather than
Oh,
later. We
yeah.
can't hype him up like this and then not have him on.
Yeah, I think when I get back, probably before Christmas. No, a New Year's,
Oh,
because I know he'll probably have some crazy stories from the holidays.
that's true. All right, guys, stay tuned
Yeah, Juan's coming.
for Juan on New Year's. We'll have to might have to set it up here again because the setup's not gonna stay here. Right at the moment, it's too much work to set it up. So we'll go back to the normal format once Andre gets back from Minneapolis. And then we'll have to probably bring it back here for the Juan episode and have all three of us.
Oh yeah.
And that will be a treat.
I'm actually kind of excited for that.
It'll be a good one.
Yep.
We won't even have to have a topic. He's just
No.
gonna go.
Yeah.
We're gonna take the leash off and let him run. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. We were kind of sporadic on this episode, a little all over the place, but
So excited.
I guess that's what happens when we're in the same room. Just all over the place. That's how we are outside of it, so
Yeah.
we're better without the outline anyway, without the topics. Yeah. You wanna sign us off? Look right into the camera.
Love, peace, chicken grease. Until next time. Peace.